观众朋友们，大家好，欢迎收看《净说什么大实话的爱采访》。根据中国政府数据，去年中国出国留学人数首次突破了60万大关，大批的学生走出国门，散落在世界各地，演绎着自己的人生。不管是离开父母后放飞自我型的，还是胸怀大志、直奔目标型的，关于留学生的讨论始终都是个热门话题。那么今天我们便走进校园，看看外国人们是如何看待自己身边的中国留学生们。
I don't know if they're Chinese. I think maybe, but I don't want to be racist and say like they're specifically Chinese if they're from another part of Asia.
So I'm only in one class right now, but I think there are 3 in my class, or two in my class.
Oh yes, we do have like Chinese students in my bio because I'm a bio major, and we tend to have a lot of them. So yes, I do.
In my business classes, I would say not a lot actually. No, I would probably say somewhere around like 10%. No, I would say like definitely minority of the class.
It's about a 10-person seminar, and there's 1 Chinese student. So in high school, I had people whose parents or grandparents were Chinese, but I don't know how much like they seem more assimilated than people who might have immigrated and were born in China originally.
I kind of just think of them like every other student, like they're here to learn, like myself, and I'm like glad that we both got the opportunity to do that here.
So like in this class, we don't really interact with each other much, but I noticed that, well, one thing I noticed is that they're always on their laptops, but they're always together. The 2 of them always show up to class together, and they always leave class together. Like we even took an exam yesterday, and they finished at the same time, and they just knew that each other was finished, and then they left together. So like I'm not like really close with them, but it seems like they're close friends.
I think that they really like to be with each other. I think that they have a sense of community, and I think that what really fascinates me too is that they like to speak in their language a lot. Sometimes people find it offensive because they want to know what's going on in the conversations, but they still keep their language and they're able to also try to communicate in English. I also personally think, and maybe this is a misconception, that they're very smart people.
I mean, it's language barriers kind of hard. So like the ones that I can't really talk to because they don't speak very well, like English very well, it's kind of hard. But I think they all have great style, like the clothes they wear and stuff, especially.
I think he has an interesting perspective. We read a book about meritocracy in China, and I think he had an interesting perspective about it.
I probably would just say hi. I don't know. It's kind of like I'm a very like friendly person, so I feel like I would just like introduce myself, say like, oh, like what are you taking this class for? Just basic things. Because I guess if we're taking the same class, we might have similar interests.
I probably wouldn't give them advice or anything. I'd probably just ask them how they are. I guess how their transition from China to here was. Like I'm curious about the difficulties that they faced, especially like intervening with this culture here, because I'm sure there's a lot of barriers there, and like I'm sure it can be very nerve-wracking to be in a completely new place.
If they could give me a part of their brain. I would say, I don't know, as an immigrant, I find that it's hard to adapt in this environment because I come from West Africa, and I would say that they should try maybe to be, I guess, more inclusive of other races and other people, just so that they're familiar with the American environment. It's a good thing to keep with their community just so they feel like they belong, but also that they should try to spread out more and be more involved with other communities.
I don't know. Probably stop flexing on me with all like the clothes and stuff. Have you, like, some of their clothes are so expensive. It's so cool. It makes me jealous. I would just say, like, I know it must be kind of hard, like being in a different community than you're used to. I would say don't be afraid to go up and talk to people here. People here are very nice, and like they're very open for conversation.
I guess I would say I appreciate being able to draw from a completely different like historical base and a completely different values base, because most of the people I interact with on a daily basis, we come from a very specific base of like American values, or whatever the history along with that, and to be able to speak with somebody that has like a very different frame of reference about the world, I've always found pretty interesting, and I appreciate it.
听了外国人对我们的评价，我们下面也来听一听作为中国留学生本体是如何看待这群人的。
中国学生普遍比较刻苦啊， 对，这点是很赞的。然后大家其实也很想融入就是美国的生活，但是可能有文化的差异什么的。但我觉得中国人其实很聪明又很刻苦，然后适应能力也是比较强的。我觉得还是挺棒的都。
其实我觉得我知道的中国学生，我觉得都非常努力，真的就是而且也都很踏实，因为我觉得现在大家也都不会说想着就是出来混个学历啊什么，就是真的是知道自己想要做什么，然后很有目的的性的去学习。
好了，今天的街访就到这里，不知道留学生是以什么样的形象活在您的心中呢？欢迎在下方留言给我们，说出您的观点。另外请各位衣食父母们高抬贵手，订阅点赞加转发，小编偷偷告诉您，微信又改版了哟。下期节目我们将讨论，如果让您给微信改版，想添加什么好玩实用的新功能呢？我们稍后见，记得订阅我们。